Have you ever been going about your day and you're just having a great day, right? Things just are moving along and you're like, wow, I'm doing good. Like I'm staying focused and I'm productive and I'm doing everything that I need to be doing. And suddenly, maybe a song comes on or a smell. Maybe you walk into a bakery and you smell a certain smell. And suddenly it all blows up. Suddenly you are taken back to a time and place that you thought you healed from. And clearly you did not because your emotions have hijacked you. That's what you're going to learn today. Today, you are going to learn how to manage your emotions, how to master your mind and emotions so that you stop getting emotionally hijacked and you can actually stay focused on what you need to do that day. Have clarity. Stay tuned for that. Welcome to Worthy Woman Healing Podcast. I am Lisa Cizak, your host. Don't forget to subscribe. I love all my subscribers and how this ministry is just growing. And drop in comments if you want to learn how to master your mind and emotions so that you don't get emotionally hijacked and you can have peace and clarity on next steps to take in your life, or just peace and clarity to focus again on your day. I keep hearing this over and over again from the women that I work with. Lisa, I don't know what's going on. I have going about my day and I feel really good. And then a song comes on or a smell or a person triggers me. And I feel like I just get emotionally hijacked and it all blows up. And I just want to end up like canceling my whole day and hiding. But I can't do that because I need to keep working or I need to take care of my kids and I need to cook dinner. About to go into a meeting. So what do you do when that happens? That is what we are talking about today. But before I do that, I'm going to give you some help, some free help that you can do every single day so that this doesn't happen. This is my morning meditation, but it's not like, it's not that kind of meditation, right? It's something that you only have to do a couple days before you can just incorporate it in yourself. And it's a daily practice that I do myself, that I have all my Worthy Woman Warriors and my healing group. Drop the link, Steve. Steve is my amazing podcast producer and audiobook producer of Portal Tears. Drop the link so that they can get the morning meditation so you can end anxiety, end overwhelm, end stop triggers in their tracks. This morning meditation will help you manage your mind and emotions so you can stay focused on what you need to do that day so that you can have clarity and peace on the next step to take in your life. So click that. And with that, you're going to get my Worthy Woman Healing newsletter, which is going to come out once a month. And I'm going to give you health and healing secrets in that because I am also a personal trainer. So I have a lot of tips I can give you, a lot of secrets I can give you that you're not going to get at Planet Fitness or Anytime Fitness or wherever else you're going. So when you subscribe to the morning meditation, you will also automatically be in for that Worthy Woman Healing newsletter, the health and healing secrets. So this is something I hear a lot because Drop in comments if you have ever experienced this. You have finally given up sugar. Sugar was your comfort, right? It was your go-to, it was your best friend. Whenever you were feeling sad, mad, happy, you turned to sugar. When you were feeling overwhelmed and burnt out, if you were feeling stressed out during your day, you'd hit the vending machine or you'd hit the grocery store and get yourself some Snickers or peppermint patties like me. I love a good peppermint patty. Drop in comments if you feel me on the peppermint patty. And suddenly you say, okay, I'm going to go sugar free, right? No more sugar. No more numbing out with sugar. Maybe you didn't even realize you were numbing out with sugar and you didn't realize it until you're going along your day. You're doing good. You don't want that peppermint patty or Snickers bar or what nachos. It might not be sugar. It might be whatever your comfort food is. And suddenly, like I said, a song comes on, a smell takes you back to a certain place in time, a not so great time, right? Or a person, you might be in a meeting with someone or a party or anywhere and a person triggers you. And next thing you know, you're wanting to just go crazy with your former comfort food. Your former drug really is what it is. I used to be an addictions counselor and I dealt with people who are experiencing heroin addiction, cocaine addiction, and food addiction, sugar addiction. And it was 10 times worse for the people who are experiencing food addiction and sugar addiction. And I can attest to this with the sugar addiction because it's socially acceptable to eat. Like you can laugh about it, right? I had a box of Oreos and people kind of laugh about it. Or I ate an entire pizza. It's socially acceptable, whereas it's not socially acceptable to start shooting up heroin or sniffing cocaine and you're at a dinner party or you're at a restaurant or you're at a friend's house or in a business meeting. So it is very hard. And what happens is when you take that drug away, that sugar or that comfort food away, you start feeling your feelings. So you can feel very raw, very emotional. It's like someone took all your clothes off and you're standing in the middle of a blizzard, is how it can feel when your drug of choice, sugar, food, alcohol, sex, scrolling TikTok, whatever it might be, is taken away. And what happens then is that you're out in the world and you're suddenly, if nobody tells this to you also, you're going to be going about your day and stuff that has always triggered you is going to trigger, but you're going to feel it a lot deeper. It's going to hurt more because you are unmedicated. You are no longer using that drug of choice to comfort you, to numb out. So it's going to feel maybe even worse than ever. So what do you do? Because you don't want to relapse, right? You don't want to go on the Instacart app, which is a big thing for a lot of my clients. Instacart is like the belly of the beast, or DoorDash, anything that you can get on an app and order and nobody has to see your face. You can do it in secret. This is a big thing for the women that I work with, that they deal with. So what do you do when maybe you're all alone and nobody will know and you just had a really rough day? You had trigger after trigger, or you just had a really rough day at work, traffic, your kids, your husband, fill in the blank. So what are you going to do? Because you're no longer going to go on DoorDash and order your drug of choice, whatever food that might be. You're no longer going to reach for sugar. And so what are you going to do? You have to replace it with something. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to give up sugar. Well, what are you going to replace it with? Why? First of all, why were you using the sugar? You need to figure out why. Why do you want to give it up and why were you using it? And most of the time it's because it was comforting you. You were numbing out, you were using it as an unhealthy coping mechanism. So what you are going to do is when that trigger hits and everything just feels like it's blowing up, and I'm using the word trigger. You might not know what that even is. It's just any person, place, or thing that gets you riled up, makes your head want to explode, makes you want to curl up in a fetal position and not get out of bed, makes you want to just throw the covers over your head and hide. So that's a trigger. And when that happens, instead of reaching for your drug of choice, you are going to ask yourself, where am I feeling this trigger in my body? What do you mean by that, Lisa? What I mean by that, actually post a heart in comments if you know what I mean by that. Maybe you're one of my Worthy Woman Warriors watching this. That's in my healing club. Maybe you've been on a retreat with me and you're very familiar with the way I teach this. So drop a heart and comment. So if you know what I mean by where in your body do you feel it? Because here is the key to healing. Lean in closer for this. Lean in closer. I'm going to lean in closer. If you want to heal it, you have to feel it. And that goes against all the popular positive psychology out there. It even goes against Christian, right? Christians will like kind of push back with me on this. And this is what I tell them. Your body is not a temple. It's not your temple. It is God's temple. So it is safe to humble yourself and go before God, go before the throne, go before God and Jesus and say, I'm really struggling with this. I want a peppermint patty so bad right now. I had a really bad day. And don't I deserve to treat myself for getting through a bad day? Like you'll justify it and all these things, right? That's your mind. So you want to get out of your mind and go in your body. How do you know that you had a bad day? How do you know that you were triggered? How do you know that you're craving a peppermint patty and wanting to use it as a coping mechanism? You will feel it in your body. Because if you say to yourself, no, just go away, just go away. I surrender this, I surrender this. What are you replacing it with? So you're going to replace it with God's love and God sitting with you. And that's how you actually surrender it. So when I get really worked up about things, my heart will start racing, or I'll shake, or I'll get a lump in my throat if I drop a teardrop. Is there a teardrop emoji? And comments if you get a lump in your throat when you know you're sad and you know you're about to cry. And that happens to me a lot lately because I'm going through something in my life right now that once a week I have to interact with. I don't interact with this person, which is why there's a lump in my throat. But I see this person once a week and there's no interaction and it kills me. It feels like it's going to kill me, right? And I know that because my heart races and I feel a lump in my throat. So you just put your hand where you feel the physical sensation. And you're doing this very intentionally and inviting God into this space with you so that you and God can heal together. This is something that I do in my healing group twice a month. This is the main thing that we do is we heal it. I guide the healing process, right? I guide you and God is in there with us doing this healing process so that you practice it so that it becomes second nature to you when it happens outside of our safe bubble of Worthy Woman Healing Group. You are only as sick as your secrets. It is time to stop suffering in silence and join other women who are also on a healing journey, who are being raw, real, vulnerable, and honest with what they are going through in their life, what they have been through in their life. And wherever two or more are gathered, we know God is with us. It says it right there in the Bible. So there is power to group healing. Miracles happen in there. You have one woman sharing, opening up her heart. Suddenly everyone else in the group is saying, yeah, I've experienced that. I'm not the only one. There's such power in knowing that you are not alone in your suffering. You are not alone in your healing. And we meet twice a month. And in between those times, a lot happens, right? And it's important that you have time in between the sessions to practice the healing technique that I teach you, so you can come back into the group and celebrate with the other women. Hey, I actually remembered to do the healing technique in that moment. That trigger didn't derail me anymore. But it's practice. I'm also a personal trainer, right? You don't just get a 6-pack abs by doing one sit-up. You have to keep doing it over and over again. You don't run a marathon. You don't go out and run 13.1 miles for a half marathon the first time, right? You practice running a little bit every day. And that is what we do in Worthy Woman Healing Group. Join today and tell yourself, I'm going to give this a 3-month commitment minimum, because I know I need time to practice outside of these sessions, and come in and get guidance from the other women on how to actually heal all of these wounds, heal my mind, body, and soul, one trigger at a time. You are worth it. And you put your hand there and you just allow yourself to feel the physical sensation. Okay, Lisa, what am I going to do when my head keeps saying, I want a peppermint patty, or I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she said that. I can't believe she didn't say that. I can't believe she ignored me. She denied my existence. What are you going to do? You're going to get out of your mind, go in your body. Okay, where am I feeling being ignored? Where am I feeling that? I feel it in my chest. Okay, describe the physical sensation. That gets you out of your mind and you go into your body. It feels like my heart is being stabbed by 1,000,000 knives. That's literally how I feel. And okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, how intense is this feeling? 0 is nothing, 10 is the greatest. It can be greater than 10 also. Okay, I feel it at 1,000%, Lisa. All right, let yourself feel it. It's safe. You are in God's temple. You are feeling this in God's temple. You are humbling yourself and saying, God, this hurts. This hurts so bad. I think I'm going to die. And God will sit with you, sit with your pain, sit with that feeling, and allow yourself to feel the physical sensation. You keep repeating that on a continuous loop. Where do I feel it in my body? Describe the physical sensation and rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. Steve, if you could put those 3 things up there as a guide so that they can remember this. This is also in the morning meditation that I told you to subscribe to at the beginning of this show. And I will guide you along in the video for this. This is invaluable. This will help you through anything and everything, doing this process. And I can't stress enough, join Worthy Woman Healing Group so you can practice doing this, because when I got certified in this, it was a 50-week class and we were in multiple sessions all day long, hours and hours practicing on each other. The way I'm describing it now, it's a simplified version. There is much more to this that I guide you with in the group. And I also have people in the group practice with each other, because the best way to learn something is to teach it to someone else, which is why that Worthy Woman Healing Group is so valuable. It is a lifeline for people. And then you also get a Facebook group with it. So you have access to me 24/7. You have access to other women who are also utilizing this healing technique so that they can master their mind and emotions and focus, have peace and clarity on next steps to take in your life. You will welcome triggers. Yes, that's right. I said welcome triggers. I know. So you can heal your mind, body, and soul from trauma, from triggers, from emotional reactivity, and have peace and clarity on next steps to take in your life. Because when this happens, when you're going about your day and you get triggered by something, by a person, place, or thing, and your emotions feel like they're hijacked, it's not always opportune, right? You can't just say, okay, I'm going to go meditate now in a dark closet. Oh, you can't go do yoga, right? A lot of these self-help techniques you can't do. You can do this right here, right now. If I got triggered on this podcast, which I have gotten triggered in all kinds of situations, you wouldn't even know. I was healing myself in that moment. You might just see me do this, or you might just see me do this, right? Or wherever I'm feeling it. Maybe it's in my neck and you see me do this with my hand. You don't even know that right then and there, I'm healing myself. God and I are healing in his temple. So that's it for today. And remember, you are worth it.